Hey, welcome to The Modern Musician. Today we see if I can platinum Epic Mickey Rebrushed in 24 hours. Here's why I'm never going to do it like this again. Let's get into it. Getting into this thing, I had written guides, videos, and the like, all prepared if needed. I should have known based off our first trophy it was a little unnecessary. You literally just need to play the beginning of the game. One down. Heading a little further into the level, we need to have 5 Blotling friends painted simultaneously. Huge thank you to Optinubi for his guide, as it told me exactly where the best place to get this is. We need to destroy 100 Destructibles, and I think even I can handle this one guideless. So for the platinum, we need to complete both a paint and a thinner playthrough. It is recommended that you complete your paint playthrough first, as it is more involved. The first of our paint-related trophies we unlock Mickanically Gifted by taking the extra time to make the repairs around the Gremlin Village. Every boss trophy is unlocked regardless of which path you take, making the first playthrough very trophy-heavy. The Mad Clock Tower is Baby's first boss, and we paint Big Ben until he starts behaving himself again. You're just not you when you're hungry. I opted to take on our next trophy during our first visit to Main Street, which is the main hub of Epic Mickey. We need to fully repaint the town at some point throughout our game, and I wanted to do this sooner rather than later. So we go ahead and clean up all of Main Street, unlocking Street Cleaner. Unmissable trophies are the best, and we unlock Collector by grabbing enough Power Sparks to fix the Mickey Junk projector. As someone who did not really grow up playing this game, I fell in love with the environment on Mickey Junk Mountain. The premise of the whole game just absolutely fascinates me. Another shout out to the guide, this is the easiest section of the game to grab our next trophy. The bunny babies A, surround you, and B, don't die to your attacks. Spin attack 3 at the same time, and we are making good progress into our platinum run. Unfortunately, these cute rabbit babies are also great for achieving another trophy. We need to knock 10 enemies into thinner throughout the game. In hindsight, there are definitely other enemies we could have used. Even the younglings. We just need to ring the wrong number 3 times. Fun fact, I've actually read more about this phone more times than I've used it. That will either make you feel very young or very old. Moving on. E-tickets are the currency in Epic Mickey, and after collecting 1,000, we get our next trophy. It's over 1,000! After successfully painting 50 enemies, yay, we unlock another trophy for our painting progression. We now need to switch over to thinning 50 enemies, and thankfully our weapon choices for basic enemies have no bearing on the ending. So, we can thin away. Handing in our film reels, of which we will need 56 out of the 72 available for our platinum run, to the usher outside the theater will occasionally result in suits for Mickey to wear. After we get our first one, we get our trophy. Gonna be honest, not super impressed with the creativity of these suits, Walt. Thanks again to our guide, we have been collecting all 5 Power Sparks necessary to fix the Tomorrow City projector. Again, looking back, I probably didn't need to stick to the guide as specifically as I did, but we are making some nice progress. Though you unlock the TV sketch regardless of whether you use paint or thinner, this game takes the first opportunity to really visit what the cause and effect might be for using such. I thought it was a really neat moment, and I really appreciate the direction and theme this game tried to get across. There are plenty of gremlins to free throughout the game, but thanks to this guide, we unlock the 12 necessary as quickly as can be done. I'm strangely reminded of whatever race you free in Abe's Odyssey. I swear they're called gremlins as well. Whatever. Sitting just around our 3-hour mark, we take on the next boss, Pete-Tronic. Not the most interesting boss fight in the world, if I may be honest, and obviously we had to take him out, going the paint route first. I'm hardly acquainted with the lore of Mickey, but I know that Pete is like his original big bad, so we gave our big bad a big bashing with a big brush. Bye, buddy. You'll never guess how we fixed the next projector. More Power Sparks. This go round, we need to collect 10. Number 5 will shock you. Now we can get on our way to see Shmee and the gang. So I thought the animatronic inclusions were awesome. For those of you who are not familiar, this whole world is essentially the forgotten and/or early parts of Disney. The other Mickey, Oswald the Rabbit, created animatronic versions of Goofy, Daisy, and Daffy. To achieve the good/paint ending, we must use only paint on bosses and complete all animatronics. Goofy is the first to join our party. You'd better watch out, because now that we've unlocked the watch sketch, we can slow time for a few moments. Truthfully, I didn't use the sketch as much for combat in either playthrough, however the watch sketch especially can prove very useful for the various puzzles. Each projector level has 2 film reels which can be located within. You can hand these over to the usher at the theater to receive a varied collection of rewards. And after collecting 36, we officially become a moviegoer. Taking a quick step away from Mickey, today's song recommendation is one I'd hope most of you have heard before. A little indie artist named Paul McCartney put this classic song out quite a bit ago now, but I have begun recently to listen to the piece more specifically. If you haven't heard this gorgeous love song, you need to change that. Mickey, let's get back to painting. Beetleworks are the man-ish made contraptions found throughout the game. These enemies are the only ones you cannot defeat via the paint route. You actually need to thin and then spin them. After defeating each of the 4 types at least once, we get one step closer to that beautiful platinum. And just like our previous painter trophy, we unlock Eraser for thinning 50 enemies. See, when I started this platinum journey, I would not have guessed I would be summoning Pete Pan, not to be confused with Peter Pan, to defeat an animatronic Captain Hook. I suppose they didn't consult me when they made this game, though. We successfully defeated my one-handed foe. Daisy is the next on our list of friends. We collect her 4 parts during our adventures on and around Skull Island, and bring our old buddy back to life. Well, she was never dead, but also she wasn't living, so we keep our buddy in a state of living death, or non-living life. I'm more of a lily guy anyway. We must now repair the Lonesome Manor projector, which will take us to the land of the Haunted Mansion. We need 15 power sparks, which our wonderful guide has been oh so helpful with us procuring. The most useful sketch for combat, the Mad Doctor leaves behind the anvil sketch. This does what it sounds like and lets us drop an anvil down on our enemies. I believe that it one-shots any enemy, making it the only sketch I ever really used in combat, even if only on a few occasions. Yeah, so I did a couple things wrong here. The most important being that I took a couple hours off to give myself a break and then forgot to hit record when I started playing. So I actually don't have any capture of the actual fight. My bad. So I caught just the end after defeating the Mad Doctor using the paint route. It is what it is. As a former Kingdom Hearts enjoyer, I was brought a lot of joy being able to bring about my boys, Goofy and Daffy. I played through Kingdom Hearts 1 all the way back during COVID, so it's been a long time since I've seen the guys. We've officially fixed all 3 animatronics, meaning we only have a few more steps until we complete our paint run. Gilded is a tune that we can find all over the shop, starting back to our first visit to Mean Street. All we must do is complete and win all 4 of her races throughout her many appearances in the many hub worlds, and we unlock Gilded. Due to a small mistake made earlier, I unlocked this trophy much further in the run than the guide called for. We need to distract 5 blotlings at once using the TV sketch. So, in case anyone accuses me of following the guide exactly, joke is on you. So even I began to fall a touch off the plot here, even if I did enjoy the premise. Basically, there's a big bad in this world which wants to absorb and destroy everything. Got it. But before we can take him on, we must defeat his drippings. Sounds weird when you put it like that, but I didn't write the darn thing. We defeat the Blot drip using paint and move along. Of the more difficult trophies to get, we must unlock all 5 heart containers for Mickey, bringing him up to the maximum health. I 100% used the guide to ensure I didn't miss any, as any hearts you unlock reset on New Game Plus, meaning you'd have to start from scratch. Once again, this guide has saved me countless amount of hours. Looking healthy, big guy. We are getting really close to the big one now. Each hub world is being attacked by tentacles or bloticles from the son of a Blot himself. We must backtrack through each of these realms, defeat the bloticles, and return to take on the main event. An epic journey indeed, Mickey. This is our trophy for defeating all bosses using only paint and for completing all 3 animatronics. The hard part is done, thank goodness. Now we just need to do it all over again with much more angst. Of course, we cannot forget the trophy for defeating our final boss and for saving Wasteland.
5 hours later.
Seconds for you equals hours for me. Honestly, I was excited for the thinner playthrough, and during the game you are given these little moments to reflect on your decisions and their ramifications. Defeating individual bosses and situations using the thinner route reveals some interesting insight, but the ending kind of lets you down. It's the same happy ending. Though individual characters receive worse outcomes, the main characters and Wasteland as a whole are still saved. Disappointment aside, we finally completed our final playthrough of Epic Mickey. I decided to save this trophy until last. I wanted my final trophy to be commemorating my old pal, Mickey. We enter the photo mode and take a picture of our hero to finally complete this journey. 11:45, well under the 24-hour time frame I had set for the platinum. I should maybe have realized how quickly I could have obtained it, but it was a joy to have achieved my goal, even if it was a tad easier than I expected. Let's get to my thoughts. It's hard to put into words exactly how I felt about the challenge. I found the time limit to be an enjoyable addition, though I should probably prepare a little better in the future. Incidentally, that means less in this case. If you liked what you've seen, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Comment below if there are any games or challenges you'd like to see in the future. Thank you for watching, and stay funky.